Hello, everybody. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing great and everything is great on your end. I just wanted to get in here real quick and leave this quick message. His will or your will, and his will. What is it pertain to, or whose will is this that we're talking about? So his will, that means God's will, and your will meaning your will. So the Bible says in Psalms 139 that even before I came to be, he had already fashioned the days for me, even before one came to be. So God's will for us has been mapped out. According to that verse, it has been mapped out for us way before time, way before He even thought of creating us, way before we even came into this world. God had set the beginning to the end details of your life, each by each, day by day, year by year, month by month. That's his will. That's what King David is talking about in Psalms 139, that even before one of my days came to be, he had already fashioned it, meaning that he already planned how it will be. And then comes our will. God, in his own majesty, he's given us free will, in that he's given you the will to decide and make choices based on what you think, your preferences, what you like. And he won't even interfere with that. He's not that kind of a God. He's not a dictator. If he's given you your will, he'll tell you, look, okay, I've given you your will, do you like, I won't interfere with it unless you tell me. That's the kind of God we have. Unless you tell me that, hey God, here is my will, I want you part of this, I want you part of the decisions I make, I want you part of the opinions, the choices that I have, I want you part of it. That is surrendering your will to him. Some of us can admit it that were it not for the relationships we're in, were it not for the friendships we got ourselves into, were it not for the business deals we got entangled in, we could have been so much far. We could have saved so much money. We could have saved ourselves from heartaches and just pain and hurt. And these are the things that we got into based on the decisions we made without maybe even involving God. So human beings, we are so limited in not knowing how the future will unfold. We cannot even tell how the next 5 minutes will work out, or how the next day will be. We don't have that capacity to tell how the future will unfold. But there's one person who knows, one person, and that is God. God knows how your future will be. God knows how you'll be in 5 years to come, where you'll be in 10 years to come, who he wants you to partner with, who he wants you to be in their lives, or he wants them to be in your life. God knows all these details, and all we have to do is always include him in our decisions, be it big, be it small, asking him, God, I know I am limited in my capacity of thinking, or maybe I do not know what the next day holds, I do not know what the future holds, but you are the God who sees the end from the beginning. So help me make out the best decisions for myself. Help me make out the best decisions for my children, for maybe my friends, my family members, for my career, for my business. All these details. It doesn't have to be a big deal to tell God, okay, now this is a big deal, I want you part of it. Even the smallest of the details of our lives, like even maybe if your friends ask you out and say, hey, let's hang out this weekend, or let's hang out this week, you can ask God, do you want me to like hang out with these people? Sometimes God can even tell you, no, I don't want you to leave the house today. Maybe he's saving you from an accident, he's saving you from some drama or some fracas. We can all bear witness that there are some things we should not have involved ourselves if we knew any better. God being our creator, he knows what's best for everybody. What's best for you is not what's best for me, it's not what's best for the other person. So we are all created differently. We have different gifts, we have different talents, we have different preferences. So he knows us to the extent to know this will work out best for this person, this will work out best for this other person. And it's up to us to go to God and tell God, God, I know I am limited in my sight, in that I cannot tell what the future holds for me. I do not know if I make this decision and go with choice A, or if I go with choice B, I don't know how it will turn out. So I'm relying on you. I'm relying on you, God, who sees the end from the beginning, who knows how the future will map out for me, how the future will unfold for me. So I need you in making these decisions, so that you can give me your counsel, you can give me your wisdom, because you know what's best for me. And that's seeking out God's will. Living in God's will is living your best life. That's where you find fulfillment, that's where you find your blessings, because he has like lit every step. I'll explain one story that someone told me. So we all know Michael Jackson. Who doesn't know him? So if you don't know him, then you must be living under a rock. But we all know Michael Jackson. He was one of the best dancers this world had ever seen. And there was this day he was practicing for one of his concerts, and it was more of like wherever he stepped or he took a step, the step would like light up. They had like put some motion sensors, like lights, whereby if someone steps, it lights up. And he was dancing anyhowly, and then his producer came, producer or manager, I'm not sure who it is, but someone came, one of those people who directs him when he dances. So he told him, Michael Jackson, I know you are one of the best dancers. You can dance your way out of anything. And if we leave you, you'll dance and people will be fascinated with all that. But I know where the steps, where the steps have those motion sensors lights, that when you step, they will light up. So I need you to follow my leading. I don't want you to just dance anyhowly. I need you to follow my leading. And that's what God has for us. God has all our lives figured out. He knows where we ought to be in 5 years to come. He knows whom you need in your life in every season of, or whom you need in your life in every phase of your life, in every season of your life. So it's up to us to go back to the one who fashioned every single day of our lives, even before one came to be, and tell God, God, I know I cannot do this life of mine without you. You know what's best for me. You know what decisions are best for me. You know the kind of people I need in my life. So I'm coming back to you, God, with every decision, with every choice that I ought to make. And I need your wisdom. I need your counsel. So as I said, God will never force you to seek his will. He's that kind of God. He's not a dictator. He won't interfere with your personal choices and your personal decisions. He's that kind of God who say that I've given you your free will, so make decisions based on what you want. But if you want my counsel, you need to ask it. You need to like tell God, hey God, I'm inviting you into my decision making, so come and help me make these decisions. That's seeking God's will. And living according to your own will is like living a short-changed life, in that God's will is the best, like the ultimum of the ultimums for your life. It's like God's will is up here, and you living in your own will is like living down here. It's like living a short-changed life. So it's always up to us to seek God's will, no matter how big that decision is, no matter how small that decision is. Always endeavor to seek God's will. Establish that habit of always wanting to know what's God's mind in your life decisions, in your personal decisions. You can think something is best for you, but God says, no, I have something way better than what you think is best for you. So it's always best to seek God's will in your life, because he's the God who sees the end from the beginning. Bye-bye. Take care.